In this episode of the Funny Business Podcast, I quiz Matt to see which comfort show he embodies.
And then we dive into some juicy would you rathers, and we talk about if verification on social media is really that important. Mike, hit the music.
And welcome back to another fantastic episode of the Funny Business Podcast. Get ready for your life to be changed. No matter how that is changed, we never will know. We will never know if my words can actually spit out, as this is the second time we've tried to start this episode recording. But my name's Mike. I like bringing some weird news, quizzing Matt, and just enjoying and having a good time with my best friend. But let's check in with my best friend, my roommate for life. Matt, how are you? How are things?
Okay, things are pretty good. Life is very stressful. A lot of good things on the horizon, though, which is always nice. So I'll dive into some more specifics as the weeks go on, but some big life things happening. Other than that, just taking it one day at a time. That's really all we can do, is just take it one day at a time. And here for another great episode of the Funny Business Podcast. We are always here for our fellow coworkers.
Yes. Everybody, Matt is pregnant. It's going to be a boy. And the boy's name is going to be Jamal.
How'd you know?
Man, I just... you haven't drank on the podcast in quite a while.
No.
And, you know, that's usually a dead giveaway when you offer somebody a drink and they're like, no, thank you.
Either
and
that
usually,
or you have ESPN.
What's that?
Either that or you have ESPN.
Yes. You mean ESP?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Correct.
I can read your mind. But Matt, that's good for you, man. I'm glad. Whatever happens. I know nothing. I mean, I kind of do, but I will let Matt share that news when that comes out. But Matt, I want to get to know you, man.
You don't know me already?
Yeah. Of course I do. Of course I know you. But
are you making me another dating profile? I don't think April's gonna like that too much.
What?
I don't think April's gonna like that too much.
Listen, man, you got to keep your options open. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Disavow.
There's nothing committal happening anytime soon. So, but Matt, I know recently you and April with this whole long distance thing that you've been watching you've been watching the Marvel Cinematic Universe in particular, but you've also been sprinkling in some TV shows here and there. But any particular so far in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that you like so far? Like the best one?
Like character-wise?
A character, movie, whatever.
We both really like Guardians a lot. We watched the first two Guardians before we started watching the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. So we're very excited for Guardians series, Volume 3 to come out. Other ones, I like the Thor ones. I think they're pretty good. I enjoyed Ant-Man a lot more than I thought I would. But right now, I think the next one we have is Black Panther. I'm excited for that one. Haven't seen that yet. So, but I've enjoyed them all. And we've really, I think going into this whole like Marvel thing, we were just like, let's see if we like it. And we liked them a lot more than we thought.
Did you see Ragnarok yet?
That was the last one we just watched.
And?
It was good. Yeah, it was good. It was fine. It was a good movie.
Gotcha. I will try not to spoil it too much, but Matt, did you know that in Thor Ragnarok, Thor was participating in a fight to the death? And I'll keep it very minimal in case people have yet to watch Marvel. It's been quite a few years, but I have been told that I don't want to spoil anything. So here am I. And when he reaches and he's screaming and he's shouting, he's cheering, he looks up to the stands and he goes, I know him. He's a friend from work. Do you remember that scene in particular?
Yep. I know what you're talking about.
Do you know that a Make-A-Wish kid actually suggested that line to him and he said it and it stuck?
I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there was somebody special on set that was watching the filming of Thor Ragnarok, and he suggested to Chris Hemsworth and saying, "Hey, why don't you say he's a friend from work?" and it stuck. So it's always a fun little nugget for little Easter egg. So
It's a nice fun fact.
But Matt, bringing it back, we're gonna quiz you today, but more so we're gonna fill out some information, some random information in particular, because we're gonna answer 10 seemingly random questions, and I'll tell you which comfort show you embody.
Oh, okay.
Have you participated in any comfort shows lately?
I don't know. I guess it kind of depends on what you defined as a comfort show. I don't know if that's different from person to person.
I feel like in this quiz itself from the Buzz Fuzz, it's something that has been obviously out for a very long time, and you just resort back to it. Like, that's kind of your comfort show. Like, you don't want to like reach and start new shows, but like, you know what? You're going to just watch this show in particular. I'm going to have a strange guess that it's going to guess that you're The Office.
Probably.
Like, that's your comfort show.
That would be my comfort show. So that would be the one that I would pick. Probably either that, maybe Friends, but like The Office is definitely number one.
All right. Well, Matt, the first question. It's Saturday night. What are you doing? There's 4 choices. You're having a game night. You're watching a Netflix series. You're reading a book and checking out a new coffee shop. Or you're hanging out with friends.
Definitely not reading a book. The other 3 are good options, but I'm going to go. I feel like so. My answer is going to be hanging out with friends. Although most of the time it's probably the Netflix, but I would prefer to be hanging out with friends on a Saturday. So that's
You're not having a game night?
No.
Why not?
When's the last time we gamed a Saturday night?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
We almost gamed yesterday.
Kind of.
Kind of. Reading a book and checking out a new coffee shop. Last week, I actually sat down at a coffee shop for a little bit, had a breakfast sandwich and a large coffee. Let me tell you, you felt the vibe when you were there. It was a bacon, egg, and cheese on a spicy ranch on a bagel, and then I had a large cinnamon bun coffee with cream. The best.
That does sound good.
So good. All right, question 2. You and your best friend or friends live together, work together, go to school together, or always see each other?
Always see each other.
Oh, very fitting.
Yep.
All right. Matt, we talk a lot about the TikTok.
Yep. On the clock.
What does your TikTok For You page typically consist of? Cute animal videos, aesthetic vlogs, ASMR videos, or your favorite creators?
So technically there's like 2 answers to this question.
Okay.
So for TikTok, so my TikTok is going to go with favorite creators. However, I have a confession to make. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast before. My Facebook videos, you know how like now, like when you're scrolling through your Facebook feed, it'll pop up like Facebook video recommendations.
For reels.
I am addicted. Huh?
For reels, like Facebook reels.
Yes, Facebook reels, yes. I am addicted to watching like people break like chalk, like colored chalk. Have you seen any of these videos?
I've seen. That's interesting.
And like, I don't know what it is, but there's something about this guy like holding like a huge piece of like bright blue chalk, and he just breaks off a piece and just crumbles in his hand. I could watch it for hours.
This is fabulous.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the sound, if it's the color, if it's the consistency, if it's all of it together. I go crazy for it. I just sit there. I'm like mesmerized. I'm like, how long have I been watching this video for?
My Facebook reels are always like celebrities or like Marvel in particular or Star Wars. So like any like of those celebrities that are a part of those universes, it's usually like an interview with them or a blooper that has occurred. Like it's always like that. But just so I'm sure your TikTok is your favorite creators.
Yes.
Okay, that's the answer we're going with. All right.
Yep.
Where would you love to live? A popular city, the suburbs, a cute small town, or my hometown?
I'm gonna say a cute small town. Something that's not too far from like places, but it's nice and quiet. It's a good place to live.
Well, speaking of living, your go-to meal. Whatever's in the fridge, McDonald's, coffee, or whatever I cook, ... question mark.
Yeah, I'm gonna say whatever I cook. Just because I'm not like, yeah, I love coffee. I will have coffee every day for the rest of my life. But I wouldn't consider it a meal. Oh, it is my breakfast. McDonald's, like, yeah, I like eating different things. So I would never say I don't really know what my go-to meal is. Like, I would probably say my favorite food is like pizza. But when you say like go-to meal, I don't have one because like it depends what mood I'm in.
Gotcha. So you don't have your go-to, you don't have a go-to meal?
No, not really.
Okay.
I have things that I like, but I like the rotation.
Usually, me, a buffalo chicken guy.
Yep.
It's always my go-to. All right, Matt, where do you like hanging out? Home, a parking lot, a local diner, or a cafe?
Home. That's an easy answer.
These are some interesting questions. A parking lot. Well, if you're back in my hometown, you hang out at a parking lot. A local diner. Yeah, because you hang out. And then a cafe. I mean, that's probably like the closest one. That would be my closest second pick. But
Probably,
home.
yeah. I agree. I mean, who doesn't love hanging out at home?
Right. All right, Matt, next question. What's your favorite music genre? EDM, elevator music, indie, or pop?
Okay, why is elevator music on here?
Why
is that a choice?
Amazing.
Pop. Easy final answer. I like everything, but if I had to choose a category, like listen to more often than most, probably pop.
Pop, yeah. What best describes your aesthetic? Cottagecore? I have no idea what that is. It girl, neutral, or 90s?
Neutral? I don't know.
I want to see what this cottagecore aesthetic is.
Yeah, I don't want this question.
Yeah, cottagecore, if I'm saying it correctly, I apologize if I'm botching this. Cottagecore, I don't know that's how you pronounce it. Hang on. I need to pronounce it correctly. Hold up. Pronunciation. Here we go. Of course. You got to go through this.
It's cottagecore.
Cottagecore in a British accent. Cottagecore. All right. What cottagecore? Cottagecore is an internet aesthetic popularized by adolescents and young adults, celebrating an idealized rural life. Traditionally based on rural English and European life, it was developed throughout the 2010s and was first named cottagecore on Tumblr in 2018.
I'll pass.
So you neutral?
Yeah, we'll go neutral. Sure. Yeah.
All right. Pick a pet. A cat,
nope.
A dog, a turtle, or a hamster?
Dog.
I figured.
Easy.
All right. And finally, pick a place. A loft, a suburban home, an office, or an apartment.
A lot of good choices on this list.
I see that.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, definitely not going to pick an office. That's for sure. But I think I'm going to go with suburban home. Final answer.
Ooh, final answer. Mm-hmm. All right. The score has been tallied.
Nice.
Matt, you got Friends.
Okay. I'm not upset with that. That'd be my number 2 pick. It's a quality show. One I've probably seen almost every episode. Yeah, I don't hate that at all.
If you got this show, that means you're a social butterfly. Most likely, you have a core group of friends who you love being around. Even if you don't have a core group, you may be an extrovert and enjoy the company of others. But the real question is, are you the Rachel, Joey, Monica, Ross, Chandler, or Phoebe?
I hope I'm not Ross. I feel like everyone secretly hates Ross. I would like to consider myself Chandler, which is not as funny. The
Do you have a
awkwardness.
favorite
I got the
episode?
awkwardness down.
Do you have a favorite episode of Friends? I'm going to take the quiz too, so I care to share your favorite episode of Friends.
Episode of Friends. Yeah. That's tough. The pivot episode is very good. Wow, I'm trying to think what else. That's a tough one. Now I'm on the spot. I can't think of a single episode.
Sorry.
No, you're good. The episode where Ross gets his new apartment and is it 3B that he's in when he goes to a party and everybody likes Phoebe better? That's a good one. The cringiest episode is when Joey proposes to Rachel after she's had the baby. Hate that one.
I got Friends too.
Okay, but sure. Yeah, there's a lot worse shows that you could have.
I had some. I changed up some answers. I picked what is it? The aesthetic vlogs are on my TikTok For You page. I wouldn't say they're like, good morning, it's time to get ready with me and go out to work.
Hey guys, welcome to my vlog today. Welcome to my haul. Today I'm going to show you guys what I got from Target.
It's more of like desk setup, like people setting up their desk, like their desk aesthetic. And then I want to live in the suburbs. My go-to meal was McDonald's. And then where do I like hanging out? At a cafe. And then, pretty much was all the same. Besides, pick a place, a loft.
Oh, really?
No. Some vibes with a loft.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. But, I got Friends. And you have friends. And we're both friends, I think.
I would like to think so. On occasion.
Just questioning all this in my entire life.
Who are you people?
But yeah, Matt, that's your comfort show, which...
Nice.
Hey, you guessed it, so...
Yeah, not upset about it at all. Yeah. Today's episode of Funny Business is made possible by our friends at Spotify with Anchor.fm.
You know, Matt, after years of using Anchor for Funny Business, our listeners can almost repeat word for word what Anchor can do for a podcast like ours.
Oh, we do. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
And if you're like us with absolutely insane busy lives, when you host your podcast on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or where you are listening now.
So download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. All right, well, let's pivot to the segments we have for you all today. Let's start with a little Would You Rather. Did you not approve of my pivot reference?
I want that word gone. That was
you said it like 3 weeks ago on the podcast.
I did?
Yes.
Check
I meant to mention it during the podcast and then I forgot.
Check the transcripts.
All right, Mike. Let's get into a little X-rated Would You Rather.
I was just gonna, you know what? When you were going to say Would You Rather, I thought to myself, I'm like, Matt hasn't done an X-rated Would You Rather in a very, very long time. So,
no, I actually only have one, and it's really not even that X-rated. It's just kind of fits the theme. But let's start off with Mike. Would you rather be a sugar daddy or have a sugar mama?
Ooh. My personality says be a sugar daddy, but
okay.
I feel like, because Matt, you know how caring I am.
Yeah.
I like spending money on people. I mean, few people now. I mean, it's, love spending money on flowers and chocolate and all that good stuff. But my heart is going towards having a sugar mama for some reason.
I think having a sugar mama would be kind of cool.
I just want to be cared for and held and
get some free stuff.
Free stuff.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love free stuff? Listen, if it's free, it's for me, right? I think there's a lot more benefits to having a sugar mama than being a sugar daddy.
How many messages do you get through Twitter, Facebook, Instagram that is either not a disguise, but a sugar mama that wants to give you a weekly allowance of $600 if you do such and such?
I haven't gotten one in a long time, actually. My my spam DMs have been pretty quiet, which I'm happy with. Um, yeah, I don't think I'd want to be a sugar daddy. That's a lot of responsibility. Like, you gotta keep him happy. I don't know. That's a lot of work.
You know what my Twitter DMs have been lately?
No,
Bitcoin.
really.
My spam DMs have always been Bitcoin. It's like, here, you want to invest here? And it's like, no, thanks.
It's like I'll pass.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Okay. Next one, Mike. Would you rather always have your AirPods charged or have your Apple Watch charged?
Apple Watch.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna say AirPods.
Okay.
I always forget to charge my AirPods, and there's a lot of times where like I will be listening to a podcast while I'm at work, and then I don't know. The thing is, you don't always know when your AirPod case is low on battery.
Mm.
And that's the issue that I run into, where I think I have more battery life in my case than I think, or I think I have more than I have.
Right.
And then they die, and then I can't use them when I want to.
Mm. However, you use your Apple Watch much more than your AirPods on any given day.
Yes, but Apple Watch recharges very fast.
Yeah, but always charge. So do your AirPods.
They do too. They do too.
I just think for more use case, you want your watch charged more. Like, how nice would it be to actually sleep with it, and then for it to gather your sleep data and then be able to wake you up with a little vibration on your wrist? Something I would want.
I guess. I've never really used my Apple Watch when I sleep, so maybe I'm missing out. I don't know.
I don't either, because I need to charge it, and usually when I charge it is when I go to bed. So
true. It's a fair point. Mike, would you rather be the best artist in the world or the best musician in the world?
I don't know, man. When I want to tickle the ivories, I want to be the best musician in the world.
I feel like that's the easy answer, but I feel like my answer is going to be artist. If you're the best artist in the world, you could make like a nonsense painting and make like $10 million.
But isn't being a musician technically an artist?
All right. So I guess when I say artist, I mean like painting artist or like a drawing artist. Yeah.
You have to be a painter or a musician.
Yeah. I'm also not. Well, I'm not good at either. I'm not a musician or an artist, but I'm so bad at drawing that like it'd be cool to like be really good at it, because like it's always something like I wanted to be good at and never was.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with the graphic design aspect, but you give me pen and paper or brush and canvas, no. I can't.
April and I, when we first started dating, we did a date night where we watched Bob Ross and tried to like follow one of his paintings. I got so frustrated, like with 10 minutes left, that like I couldn't do it, and I just like shut down. And I was just like, I don't know what to do. She's like, you're doing fine. It looks fine. I was like, no, it looks like shit.
Do you still have the painting?
I think we do somewhere.
What do you mean?
Do I have
somewhere?
it in here?
Yeah, you got to check, man.
I have a scrapbook that we started, but I don't really feel like getting that out right now. I think it's in there.
Yeah, painting like one of your French girl scrapbooks. Yeah,
correct. No, incorrect. Moving on. All right. Mike, would you rather be forced to wear sunglasses or shoes 24/7, 365?
I was gonna say shoes.
It's a tough one.
This is a good one.
Because like I think the first answer you think of is shoes, but then like you always gotta wear shoes, like when you're sleeping or showering, swimming, getting intimate. That could be a little awkward.
Is it technically because you'd still have socks on?
No, you have to keep shoes on. Like shoes.
But technically, if you have shoes on, then you have socks on, and technically it doesn't count.
You can wear shoes without socks.
That's disgusting.
People do it.
I know they do. It's just disgusting. Unless it's like a I don't want to call it a wet shoe, but like, you know, there's like
a Croc.
No, they're a little bit more mesh. Like you wear them when you're like walking on rocks in like a lake or something. I forget the name of it, but I think I'm gonna go with sunglasses. It's gonna suck when it's dark out. But
Yeah, it is really gonna suck when it's dark out. I think I'm gonna go shoes. I think I
Okay.
can get through it. Now, can I just wear my Crocs?
This is your segment, not
Okay,
mine.
I think I'm just gonna wear my Crocs all the time because if people ask me why you're wearing Crocs, I'm like, I can just say if you ain't Crocking, you're not rocking.
But is that technically not a shoe?
It's something you wear on your foot. Yeah, it's a shoe.
Okay, well, if you changed it up and saying, I just meant like shoes, like Nikes or Adidas's or.
Well,
but
like what if you wear like a boot? That's a shoe.
Okay, so I can wear
Croc is
flip
a type of
flops.
shoe. Sure, yeah.
Okay, so I changed my mind. I'm wearing shoes 24/7.
You would rather wear flip flops than
What's that?
sneakers? You'd rather wear flip flops than sneakers?
When I'm like in the shower.
Okay. Sure.
The slippers in the bedroom might be a little different, but
yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think of flip flops in the shower. All right, 4 more. Would you rather never be able to write again or only be able to write in cursive?
I'm gonna say write in cursive.
Why?
I feel like if I have to communicate, I have to communicate. And if I have to write in cursive, I have to write in cursive. Do you remember when you did you take the SATs?
Yeah.
Do you remember that there was the reading, there was the math, and then in between one of the breaks, you had to affirm that you're taking this test. Like, I forget the exact wording, but it's like basically affirming that you are who you are taking this test. You aren't cheating on the test. And you had to write in freaking cursive.
Yeah.
And it was dumb. Like that was the worst part out of the whole entire test, was writing that message in cursive.
Yeah.
Like, why go through the torture? But I feel like if I have to write, I have to write. So I'm going to write cursive.
Yeah. So I have a different reason why I'm saying I'm going to write in cursive.
Okay.
I have terrible handwriting, and people can't read my handwriting to begin with. So if I have to write, might as well write it in cursive when no one can read cursive anyway.
At work, do you have to write out? I'm going to keep this very generic, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Do you have to write checks?
No.
You don't have to write the checks out?
No.
Okay. Because I could have sworn one of the checks that was shown in a picture was definitely your handwriting.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Yes. That I do.
Yeah. I totally could tell. I'm like, that is so Matt's handwriting.
Yes. No. Yeah. That. Yes. That was me. Hand up. Yeah. It's bad. Very, very bad. Mike, would you rather only be able to see in black and white or only be able to see in your favorite color?
So here's the caveat.
Okay.
Let's say my favorite color was red.
Yep.
And then there was a shade of red. Would I still see that color?
Yes. So it's different shades of red.
Yeah, I would definitely go with my favorite color.
Really?
Yeah. Just
so
because
you'd want to see everything in red.
Well, kind of the caveat, not the caveat, but kind of the loophole is that I'd be able to see a majority of things because like skin color has some pigmentation of red.
Hmm.
My mind went immediately to like seeing Jenna's face, like in color. Later in life, seeing my kids' face in color. Like everything else, I could care less.
It's not in color. It's just red.
You mean just like a solid red?
Yeah. Like it's just different shades of red.
I would think it would be much more interesting if it like showed its like percentage of red. Like I'm saying, like skin color, like you see, like you could get
because that's a different color than red.
But it's a shade of red. It has red pigmentation.
No, I'm just saying everything is red. It's just different shades of red.
But it's a solid, like if my fingertips, for instance, like I know they're not red, but you can definitely kind of see they look red on camera.
Mm-hmm.
They would just be a solid red.
They'd be a darker shade of red than like the palm of your hand. Yes.
This has been too. My brain hurts. I'm just going black and white.
I'm also going black and white, just because I feel like you would be able to make out the light versus dark better.
Hmm.
And I just think it'd be, I don't know, it's old school, it's retro.
Could be like a film noir, like forever.
Correct. All right, Mike, you're gonna like this one.
I can't wait.
Actually, I'm gonna save that one for last.
All right.
I'm gonna go with this one. Would you rather always wear a hat or always wear socks?
I'd say a hat.
Your hair is gonna get really freaking greasy.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, like socks for all occasions. I don't know. I don't fly with.
Socks in the shower would stink.
Yeah.
You'd go through a lot of pairs of socks, but then also like showering with a hat would suck too, because then you got a wet head, like a wet hat on your head.
Just put a garbage bag over it. Technically, it's a hat.
True. All right. This is a good one. You're really going to like this one. I'm very excited. Mike, would you rather never be able to use an iPhone or a Mac ever again?
Ooh. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. This is tough. Because my iPhone is my only piece of communication.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say a Mac, but a MacBook is my sole purpose of my job.
Right.
So this is a stumper, let me tell you. I'd sacrifice the phone.
Really?
I think I don't like. Yeah, shoot me an email.
Wow.
But like when it comes to photography, like, yeah, it's nice to have a quick pull out your iPhone and take a photo, but I have my own camera equipment. I have my own DSLRs. I can take a photo then. I could still FaceTime, and I could actually still call from my Mac. I just have to be near my Mac in order for that to happen.
So that's my thing. Don't you use your phone more throughout the day than your Mac?
No, I use my Mac more throughout the day.
What about on the weekends? You're out like...
I'm on the weekends. I mean, I use...
There's an emergency. Someone needs to get in contact with you. You don't have an iPhone.
Yeah. Well.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel like if I gave up my Mac... But does that mean I can use a Windows?
Yeah.
Like a Windows computer.
Yeah, you can still use... You could get a Galaxy phone. You just can't use an iPhone, or you can't use a MacBook. I feel like you could still do your job well using a Windows instead of a MacBook.
I mean, looking at it, I mean, people don't know that this intricacy, but I record this podcast on a Windows. Mm-hmm. And then I transfer all that data over to my MacBook, mm-hmm. my Mac Mini. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, man. I'm more. Man, that's tough. I feel like not having an iPhone would be better, but it's just as everybody says, it's just the ecosystem, man. Like, it's just the ecosystem of having all your products being able to sync amongst each other. Mm-hmm. But that's one less Apple product that I have to deal with on a daily basis. So, yeah, that'd be the iPhone for me. I know that's a hot take, but
I love my Mac, but it's my Mac 100%. I love my iPhone. It's just too convenient throughout the day. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's Would You Rather. Hope you all enjoyed. And we're going to finish off this episode a little down in the dumps. And Mike, I will let you go first.
Okay, cool. Well, I have two.
Okay.
Nothing too down in the dumps, but more just wow, we're here. First thing is just prices of things. I know we've mentioned this frequently, but like prices of groceries, prices of products. I went to Dunkin' today, Matt. My medium iced coffee was $3.49. Mm-hmm. I hate to sound so old, but I remember back in 2018, it was $2.53. Mm-hmm. Like, things are getting out of hand. And the worst part is Dunkin' is never accepting refills. Like, I asked them, I said, when are you coming back to doing refills? They're like, no, we're not. It's like, see, like, I almost want to say, so you just want to hurt the environment by, you know, you want to kill the turtles with your straws and all, but no, like, it's just so weird.
Where are the turtles?
I like turtles. But I think when I saw that $3.49, like, because I mobile ordered, like, God forbid, like that's ridiculous. Like,
it's also just coffee.
Yeah.
And I love Dunkin'. I will always love Dunkin'.
Mm-hmm.
But it is just coffee with a lot of ice.
I'm very grateful at this point that I'm not going to Dunkin' like I did back in 2018.
Same.
But at the same time, is that like, and that's the question, like, are people raising their prices because not that many people are going there anymore? You know, it's the supply and demand. Mm-hmm. Like, is there less demand now, which then raises their prices? Like, because for me, for somebody who went 5 days a week, is now only going 1 day a week because I have coffee at my house 4 days a week. Yep. Like, is that the case? I will say that prices of things also is applied to things online. Because I love this Chipotle mayo, and I know anybody who talks, any of Jenna's family and anybody who I talk to that knows that I love this Chipotle mayo. I was buying it on Amazon, and I was buying $12 a bottle for one bottle. Matt, I was able to buy 3 today at a store. They were $15 total.
Wow.
So I was spending more on the shipping than I was on the actual product. But yeah, just prices of things. And I feel for anyone that is really trying to navigate this inflation and really trying to navigate just the economy. But yeah, prices of things, they're starting to get too crazy for me. Yeah,
no, it's very crazy, and there's nothing that hasn't gone up. Like, everything is the same.
Yeah,
and it's tough, especially for people who don't have a solid income and are living paycheck to paycheck. It's definitely not easy.
Yeah. And this is, I wouldn't say it's down in the dumps, but it's more of a dumpster fire. Verification plans. So as you all know, the shit show that is Twitter, Twitter started releasing a monthly payment plan to get Twitter verified. And it gives you, quote, all these little perks. Well, Meta just rolled out that now you can get a verification a month. So Twitter was $8 a month. Meta is selling their verification for $12 a month. And Meta, like,
who asked? I mean, who needs to get verified that much on Facebook?
But here's my thing. Verifications were meant for individuals to know that is a verified page. Like, that is a page that you can trust. It's the brand, it's the product, it's the organization. Now people can just randomly buy a verification, and we've seen it before. I forget the exact story, but there was this one, it was a health company. I forget the name of it, but they were promoting that they lowered their prices on something. Their stock price plummeted. They cannot recover because some idiot decided to buy a verification, be very similar to the brand company of the health organization, and was able to trick everybody in saying that we now lowered our prices, and stock plummeted. Mm-hmm. Like, verification is just like, I get the need for it. Like, I get everybody reaching out and saying, like, why am I not verified? I'm a decorated athlete, or I'm a 9-time Grammy Award winning artist. Like, okay, tough shit. Like, but your health organizations, your products, your companies, like, you are just giving more opportunity for phishing and spamming to people who don't know how to identify those types of things. And, you know, they kind of sprinkle in, it's like, oh, you can, like on Twitter, you can tweet longer. You can add more characters to your tweet. Or, oh, you can edit your tweet if you tweeted it after. Who the cares? Like, a verification is meant to verify that you are the business, you are the person, you are the organization. But now everybody wants to make money, apparently. Sorry, that turned into like a little say what, but it's I'm so down because as somebody who is in that biz most of the time, the fact that now I have to pay for my verification now instead of earning it the way that it was done originally. Matt, I don't know if you remember, but like Instagram, you need 10,000 followers for the swipe up feature. Like then they released that to all organizations, which like I was like, go Meta, that's fine, or go Facebook at the time. But now the verification is becoming a product instead of an actual, I don't want to say like a recognition, but that's the word that's the word that's processing in my head. Like it is a recognition that you are on the platform and you are verified that you are the person or you are the entity. I'm done.
No, go off, King. I want to clarify my who asked was not towards you. That was towards Facebook because I don't really care if you're verified. I couldn't give two shits. I'm not going to follow you just because you're verified. I love reading like Twitter comments or like opening up a Twitter thread. And like the first 3 people are verified and they have like 50 followers. It's like, that does nothing. Yeah,
stupid.
Nothing. You're just wasting your money.
And just the validity of a blue check mark. Like you having that, like that took a process.
Mm-hmm.
Now anybody can just pull out a credit card and say, hey, put a blue check mark next to my name.
Yeah. I mean, one of the funnest things on Twitter was trying to get Whips verified. Whips. Batman's editor. I mean, now he can just pay for it. Like, that's not fun. You're taking the fun out of social media.
Yeah. But personally, I will never fish out dollars to get verified. But like, I don't know. It's dumb. But I'm down about it because, again, the work that was put into originally verifying yourself.
Totally agree. I only have 2. This first one, I wrote this down because like it is kind of like it stinks. But now that I think about it, like I don't know. I want your opinion on this. Should I be this? Not that I'm like, oh my god, this sucks. Every time I drink alcohol now,
you're a little bitch.
No, I don't. Obviously, we don't drink like we used to in college. We're out of shape. We're old.
I'm hearing you're being a little bitch.
No,
that's all I'm hearing so far.
Whenever I have like 2 or 3 drinks, I just get tired, and like I just want to go to bed. Like whether I'm at like home and I have like 2 glasses of wine, and I'm laying in bed, like I just want to go to bed, or like if I'm out, like I guess one of the good things is I don't feel the need to like drink a lot, which is great because I can just socially enjoy it. But I get like really tired after like 2, 3 drinks, and I'm just like, I don't feel like drinking anymore.
Well, wine does make you tired. Like,
it does, but it's more than just wine. It's like beer. It's anything.
What beer are you drinking? If you don't mind me asking.
Miller, Leinenkugel. Yeah, really anything. It's really anything. After like 2 drinks, I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm good.
I don't know, man. As I say that, Jenna's going to be like, you almost passed out yesterday after having a couple drinks. And no, Jenna does not sound like that. You all know how she sounded like that 49 episodes ago. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, man. It just depends on the situation. Like, you going out with friends, like, I would assume that you wouldn't be tired. Like, I mean, for me, like, I typically socialize like when I'm out. So like my energy is already like at it because I'm socializing with everybody. But I think once you stop and you sit down, you are like, damn, I'm ready to go to bed. Yeah. But as far as like being home, like I'll sit like you know me, like the beer fridge is next to me. Like when we're playing, like when we're live streaming and whatnot, I'll crack open a couple 2-3 and I'll enjoy myself, but it's like, I get it. We are getting old. We are enjoying it socially now. Mm-hmm. Like that's, I think where I can assure you on is that you're enjoying it socially now. Like you're not meant to like get so hammered every time you go out to drink. I mean, there's going to be occasions where like you're totally fine going out and getting hammered. Like that's just the nature of alcohol. But I think as far as getting tired, I think there's I guess it just depends on, like you said, you drink 2 glasses of wine and you lay down. Oh, Matt, you're already ruining half the game because you're laying down already.
True.
So, but I hear you on the sense of drinking to drink, not drinking to get drunk.
Yeah, no, I think that's one thing I am glad is I don't have that constant like need to like keep going and going and going. Like I can just have a drink and like be okay.
Mm-hmm.
My last one. So at the hockey game this past weekend with my family.
I was like, you're at a
the hockey game was great. However, walking into the arena, and we went to a local place for dinner, like right before, across the street from the arena. I had some great Korean short rib tacos.
Ooh, that sounds
fire,
amazing.
with like some red cabbage and kimchi and pico. It was so good.
That sounds great.
Yeah. As we were leaving dinner, my contacts started to get a little funny. Like things were getting a little blurry. Like walking into the arena. Now, granted, I had tickets from work and they were on my phone, so I was responsible for scanning everybody in. I couldn't see. My contacts were that blurry and that messed up that I just went to my mom. I was like, Mom, I can't see right now. Like I could see, but it was so blurry. It felt like I couldn't see. And we got into the arena. It didn't get better right away. And we're in our seats. I'm looking at this bright white sheet of ice where the players are. And it's just so bright in my eyes. I was like squinting the whole time. They eventually got a little bit better. And then the whole night, it just went like they were fine. They weren't. They were fine. They weren't. So it was a great game. But yeah, that was very, very unfortunate.
Oh, God. I have to ask for, and I deal with 2 people who have contacts all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you happen to have like an emergency like solution? Like, because that's usually like contact solution. Like, it's always kind of like that's how you reset your contacts is your contact solution.
Yeah, I keep some in my car, but I don't keep it like on me when I walk. No. Most of the time they're not bad. Now this time my contacts are every 2 weeks that I change them. So I was close to the every 2 weeks. So it may have just been there was time to change them, which definitely was because I started new ones today and they were fine. But yeah, I usually don't keep contact solution like in my pocket, but maybe it's not a bad idea, or like drops or something.
Like drop. I think drops would have been your better, like instead of like just a whole bottle of contact solution. I think drops would have been a little bit better, but that's interesting. Ugh, it must have sucked. Sorry about that.
Wasn't great, but I paid through it.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
Oh man. Well, time to bring everybody back up to some positivity here. Thank you all so much for listening to another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. Wherever you're listening to, if you're not following us yet or subscribing or whatever the heck that thing allows you to know when we post every Friday, just hit it, tap it, touch it. That'll be subscribed or followed or wherever the verbiage tells you that we're getting some notifications sent to you. So you can listen to a podcast every week. We're on all of our social media. You see a lot of fun highlights from us. You can find all of that at solo.to/funnybusiness. Mr. Matthew.
Yes.
What is your advice for the coworkers of the funny business world?
My advice is to prioritize. Prioritize in every sense of life. Prioritize the people in your life. Prioritize the items you need. Whether it's, understanding that you need to save money for groceries this week and you can't really go out and buy Domino's, or you can't go out and get some drinks with friends. Or maybe you're just looking to upgrade something at your home and prioritizing saving money for that and not wasting money elsewhere. Just prioritize, make sure we have our things in line, things in check, so that we are bettering ourselves.
Yeah, I agree, Matt. I mean, you're prioritizing the small game of, going out and getting food or drinks, or, maybe even the prioritizing the big game, like what matters most to you. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, man. It's the way to do it. Speaking of prioritization, as far as a big game changer for me, this at the publication of this podcast, it will be my very last day at the current job that I have. It has been so amazing the last 9 years. I got to meet Matt and I got to just be a professional that I am. But today was my last day in my current role. And I'm looking forward to the next chapter. But really the prioritization was really family and friends and myself personally. That's the most important thing you can get. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next chapter. But
I'm happy for you, and bigger and better things on the horizon.
Oh, heck yeah. Same to you, man. Likewise.
Nice.
Nice. Nice ending. But yeah, that concludes another Funny Business Podcast episode. And until the next time, see you on the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.